Alright, when the denominators are the same, all you've got to do is copy the denominator across. So 7, and then just add the numerators. 2 add 3 makes 5. Same with this question, denominators are the same, so copy the denominator across and then just subtract the numerators. 6 taken by 2 is 4. This only works because the denominators are the same. Well, what if the denominators are different? So look at the first question here. We've got 14 in the denominator and we've got a 7. But I know this 7 over here, we can multiply that by a number to give us 14. Well, 7 times something to give me 14. It's times by 2. 7 times 2 gives me 14. So now this 7 will become 14. Now you can see that we need to multiply the numerator by this 2 as well. So 3 times 2 is 6. So now we've got 5 over 14, we've got 6 over 14. The denominators are the same, so copy the denominator, and all you're going to do now is add the numerators. So we've got 5, add 6, gives you 11. Right, let's have a look at this question here. The denominators are different, but I know this 5 over here can be made into a 15. We can times by 3. 5 times 3 gives me 15. Cross out the 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Multiply the top by 3 as well. So 3 times 3 is 9. Now you can see the denominators are identical. So copy the denominator. And all you're going to do now is 9 take away 2. That gives you 7. Right, this one's a little bit difficult because if you look at the denominators, the 3 and 2, well, have a look at the 3 over here. This 3 I'm just highlighting in green. You can't multiply the 3 by anything to get a 2 other than decimal numbers. And just looking at this 2 over here on the other side, you can't multiply 2 by anything to get a 3 other than decimals. So what we do in this situation is find the LCM of 3 and 2. Or what you can do is write the multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. This is the 3 times table. And write the multiples of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Right. Find the numbers that are in common in both lists. Well, you can have a look carefully and you can see there's a 6 over here, there's also a 6 over there in both lists. That's what they have in common. And those are the smallest numbers that are in common in both lists. So then, now you have to think, what do I multiply this 3 by to get me a 6? Well, 3 times 2 gives me a 6. So now 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 2, 4. Now over to the other side, to the other fraction. What can I do to this 2 to give me a 6? What can I multiply the 2 by to give me a 6? Well, times by 3. 2 times 3 gives me 6. And then 1 times 3 gives me 3. Now you can see here what I'm circling. I've got 2 fractions here, 2 equivalent fractions where the denominator is identical. So copy the denominator across and then add the numerators. So you got 4 add 3 gives me 7. Right, a quick way of getting the answer for this is by using this technique. You know the answer is going to be a fraction, so let's just get that line there. Right, here we go. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. Don't forget there's a plus symbol in between. That plus symbol there goes right there. Now look at the denominators. 3 times 2 is 6. So we've got 7 over 6. That's the answer. Right, now this is a subtraction of fractions. You can use the same technique. Right, from left to right, top left to bottom right. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. Don't forget the subtraction symbol there, put it there. And then 3 times 2 is 6. So that becomes 4 take away 3 is 1, and then that's 1 over 6. Right, this one's slightly difficult because you've got mixed fractions. So we need to convert the mixed fractions into top-heavy fractions. So let's try with the first mixed fraction. You've got 2 over here, you've got 5 over there. 2 times 5 is 10. Add the numerator 1, gives you 11. So I'll just quickly repeat that. 2 times 5 is 10. Add the numerator, gives you 11. And all you got to do is copy that 5 there, that 5 over there, right down here. So now what we've just done is converted the mixed fraction into a top-heavy fraction. Right, let's do the same thing with the other mixed fraction. Got 1 times 2 is 2. Add the 1, that gives you 3. And then all we're going to do is copy that denominator across. Now if you look at the denominators over here, slightly tricky because see this 5 over here, you can't multiply the 5 by something to give you a 2, and likewise for this 2 over here, you can't multiply this 2 by something to give you a 5, other than obviously decimal numbers. So what you do is write the multiples of 5. I'm going to write the multiples of 5, and so on, and then write the multiples of 2. Right, I've stopped here now because I've noticed I've got a 10 over here and I've got a 10 there. That's what both these numbers, 5 and 2, have in common. That's the smallest number that the 5 and 2 has in common. We've just found the LCM of 5 and 2. Now, what do I multiply this 5 by? See this 5 I'm highlighting. What do I multiply the 5 by to give me this 10? Well, it's times by 2. 5 times 2 gives me the 10. So 5 times 2 is 10. And then 11 times 2, looking at the numerator, 11 times 2 is 22. Right, looking on the other fraction now, we've got a 2 at the bottom. What can I multiply the 2 by to give me a 10? Well, it's times by 5. 2 times 5 gives me 10. So 2 times 5 is 10. And then 3 times 5 is 15. Now you'll notice what I'm circling here, this fraction over here and this other fraction over here, both these fractions got the same denominator, which makes it easy now. So all I'm going to do is copy that denominator across and then just add the numerators. Add the 22, add 15, gives me 37. That's the answer. Now, if I want to change this fraction, which we can see is a top-heavy fraction, if I want to change this top-heavy fraction into a mixed fraction, this is what I need to do. I have to figure out how many 10s go into 37. Well, 10 into 37 goes 3 times, with the remainder of 7. Then all I'm going to do is copy this denominator across over here. So that's the answer as a mixed fraction, and that is an answer as a top-heavy fraction.